Chad! I was suddenly enveloped in a tight embrace. Since I was finished working, I made a late visit to Wolf Manor. Francisca! I can't breathe. Hi, Francisca. Nice to meet you. Are you the wolf mom? Are you okay? Were you hurt? I heard you were involved in that scuffle today and I was worried sick. I wasn't involved so closely that I'd get injured. How did she hear about it? As a matter of fact, I hadn't been injured until that moment. The hold she had on me was cracking my spine. Really? I'm fine. Let me go. You and Levi always worry me so. If anything happened to you, I don't know what I'd do. She clamped onto me even tighter. The air was beginning to escape my lungs.
Wow, look at you.
Levi, help.
I just got hit with the same thing earlier. It's your turn now.
You should have some sympathy. Ooh, also, I like this pose a lot.
I also exaggerated a little bit to Mother about you.
This is your fault!
Mom.
I like that Levon popped in just to be like, oh god, she's actually suffocating her. Also, this is another nice background. So delightful. I love these backgrounds. I didn't know how long it was that she hugged me. Just as I was about to lose consciousness, Levon saved me. I managed to recover enough to join them for dinner, thank goodness. I'm sorry, Jed. I was just so afraid. What are you... That's quite the getup you've got going. I'd like to see you from further away, because I'm like, what is happening with this bottom part? Don't worry. I know you're always worried about me, Francisca. But how could you get involved in such an incident? Her cheerful demeanor from before changed into a somber one, fitting of the lady of the Wolf clan. We should all be able to get along. Whether your allegiance is to the wolf or the hawk does not matter. I'm sure deep down, Francisca was aware that such words were unfitting of the lady of the clan. But from the bottom of her heart, she only wished for harmony among the townspeople. That wish might as well be a fantasy. You should tell that to the one who actually picked the fight with them.
Hey, quit it already, snitch!
Oh, is that right, Levi?
No! I didn't pick a fight with anyone!
The heavy atmosphere changed in an instant. This was just what families did. I watched the exchange among them with a twinge of envy. This was the manor of the Wolf clan. This was the home where Levon, Levi, and their mother Francisca lived. I'm just thinking of, this is the house that Jack built. This is the manor of the Wolf clan. This is the home where Levon, Levi, and their mother Francisca lived in the manor of the Wolf clan. I hate my mind sometimes. I was raised in this house from the time I was a baby until I moved into the tower. Wait, you were raised here from a baby, but you have memories of your mom and dad when you were, like, a small girl? I mean, it was a dream. It might not have been a literal memory. I mean, we didn't literally burn to death as a witch. Right? Unless that was like some weird time-traveling shenanigans thing. Squint. Although it was the manor of the lord and lady, the building wasn't necessarily luxurious. It was kept clean and tidy, but there was something old and nostalgic about it. After getting so used to the lonely life in the tower, coming back here gave me a sense of relief and warmth.
Phew. That scared me. I thought Mother would get into one of her lectures again.
Levi, I think you need a proper scolding.
Oh, are you sure you want to say that to me? You're going to regret what you just said soon enough.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? There is one more thing I'd like to apologize about. I was going to cook something for you today, Jed, but something just came up.
Thank you, Levi. See? Aw, he did have our back in the end.
Well done, you two. I was prepared to be on the receiving end of that again.
Francisca hasn't been cooking recently?
Only on special occasions, like our birthdays and such. She's quite a busy woman.
But now I get so depressed on my birthdays.
You're lucky to have your mother celebrate it with you.
You may say that, but... Oh right, you've never disliked Mother's cooking. You always ate Levi's share too.
While Levon held back tears, forcing himself to finish it.
It's not that I found it particularly tasty or anything. It was just bad enough that I could still eat it.
What are you talking about?
Nothing!
Oh, you sneaky boys. So secretive. Just leaving Mother out of the loop.
Oh, sorry. We didn't mean to be like that.
I'm joking. Don't worry. I'm glad to see that none of you have changed. Now then, let's eat.
Oh, fancy. What do we got here today? Why does Levi look so good? Dang. Anyway, hot cross buns. Wonderful. Some fried fish. Some stew, soup thingy. All kinds of delicious looking stuff. Also, I want one of these goblets, please. The table was covered in a large spread of various dishes. There were charred buns, warm soup with melted cream floating on top, and on a large plate, herb-roasted chicken with a block of cheese partially softened on the side. Ooh. I wasn't certain how it was supposed to work, but I thought courses like these were supposed to come out one at a time. But in this household, all the food always came out at once. After being so used to a plain diet as of late, the sight was almost too much for me to take in. I found myself wondering how many days' worth of food I could eat at the tower with what it cost to make a single dish here.
You look pretty happy.
Huh? That's not true.
Are you sure you're living well?
I said I'm fine, really.
Speaking of which, I've never been to your place. What about you, Levon?
I haven't either. I should pay you a visit sometime.
I'll send out an invitation eventually. One look at that desolate tower, and who knew what Levon would say to me. One look at the tower overlord, and who knows what he'd say to you. Not only that, but if you found out I was living with that unscrupulous man, / fortune teller / wizard. I tried my best to laugh it off in the meantime. The meal we shared together was just as I remembered it. Levi would start up a strange conversation topic, and Levon and I would respond or try to ignore it. Francisca was a few words as she watched over us. This was what we did every day until 4 years ago. When ... happened. Vague Jed. Or air, or whatever. Why don't you ever explain? You're just like, and then something happened. Moving on. Oh, good grief. She's gonna drive me crazy.
All that's left is dessert. I'll have it brought over now.
Francisca rang the bell at her side to call over a servant.
Huh? Are you okay, Jed? You look like you're in pain.
No, that's not exactly it. I haven't eaten like this in such a long time. My stomach is...
I know. It's been such a long time.
No, what I mean is...
No excuses. If that's the case, then you'd better finish it all.
She might feel sick, though.
I did my very best to make this dessert. I didn't have much time, so I don't know how it turned out. My apologies. I have work to do, so I'll have to excuse myself. Zoom.
Hey, I think it's time for me to go on patrol. Sorry, Jed. See you later.
Huh? Hey! He was fast. Before I could protest, both of them had disappeared from the room.
Oh my! Do you think you can eat for 3?
What have you made? Yeah. I'll try. Can't you eat for 2 and I eat for 2? Why do I have to eat for 3? And then I puked. My stomach hurt in more than one way. 3 portions of half-baked flour filled my stomach. It was vaguely salty and was probably supposed to be cake. Francisca looked at me with eyes full of expectation. Every time I took another bite, Francisca gave me a huge smile. I felt so happy about it that I forced myself to finish.
3 must have been far too much. It would have been all right if you had left some.
I can't do that. I don't want to waste anything you've made, Francisca. Trying to act tough was the only thing I could do. It was true that I didn't want it to go to waste, despite its taste.
You're too kind, Jed. But eating this much would be tough, even for a boy. And yet you're always...
Does she know that we're not a boy? If she really thought that, she could have not made me eat so much.
Come over here. Let me comb your hair for you since it's been so long.
Alright, Mother Gothel. She beckoned me over, but I hesitated. I didn't know who could be watching. But Francisca had a gentle smile on her face as she turned to me. I also just realized she has the, you know, the anime mom hair of the mom that always dies horribly. So, now I'm worried. Should I be worried? But Francisca had a gentle smile on her face as she turned to me. I was so vulnerable to that expression of hers. Yes, please. I pulled the chair over to sit next to Francisca. Francisca took out a brush and started combing my hair. Ugh, that tickles.
Now, don't move.
Her voice was suddenly stern. I figured it would be best to stay still for now. Francisca ever so carefully brushed my short hair.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. I ate all of it because I wanted to.
No, it's not that. It's for chasing you out of this home.
Francisca stopped brushing my hair. The warm atmosphere suddenly turned uncomfortable. I forced myself to speak in a cheerful tone. No, it's not your fault, Francisca. I'm not from this family in the first place.
Jed!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to belittle you. You took me in when I was still a baby, when I had nowhere else to go. I'm grateful that you even kept me here.
Please don't say that. You are family to me. That will never change, no matter what happens.
Thank you. Francisca stood up and peered into my face. Hi, Mom. So why did you drive me away, exactly? She gently held her hand against my cheek. The sweet smell of powder tickled my nose. She's beautiful. Unlike me. I couldn't help but think that thought.
Your eye is a little red.
It's because you scolded me.
Is that so? I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
I'm just joking. My eye won't turn red just because I was told off. If anything, I'm happy you actually scolded me. Francisca's eyes seemed to drift in sadness.
The one with a red eye will bring calamity to the town.
My right eye turned red when I got excited or when my emotions were heightened. Okay. I'm gonna file that away. Having a red eye has been considered to be an omen in this town since olden times. The witch's curse, set to bring ruin and calamity to the town.
It's nothing but a legend.
But even children know about it. And that's the reason why. Someone with red eyes shouldn't be allowed inside Wolf Manor.
Well... I keep telling you the same thing, but... You're free to be yourself when we're together, you know.
I'm used to talking like a man, if that's what you mean.
I wonder what Levon and Levi would do if they found out.
Okay, so Francisca is aware we are a girl. Okay. I guess that she took us in as a baby, but why the pretending that she was a guy, though? I need more info. I think they'd protect me, because they're both kind. But at the same time, it would cause them unnecessary trouble. The relationship between the two clans was a state of tentative peace. My existence could be the cause of a large conflict.
I suppose. And those two will despise me for chasing you out.
That's not true. If my eye wasn't red, or if there were no quarrels between the wolf and the hawk, I wouldn't have caused so much trouble for her either.
Are you sure you don't want to stay the night? It's quite late and the fog is getting thicker.
We had continued chatting for a while, but I still needed to return. After nightfall, a dense fog completely covered the town. A fog, you say, eh? Squint. And late into the night, no one could be seen outside. It's alright. I'm used to it. And I have work tomorrow.
I see.
Thank you for today. Is it alright if I come to visit again?
You are welcome here anytime. This is your home.
With my eye, it was obvious that I shouldn't be allowed near the people of this household. I knew I was dependent on them, since I let myself believe it should be alright once in a while. Thanks for the mixed signals, Mom. It's starting to snow. I'd better hurry. It seemed to take longer than usual to cross the town and arrive at the forest. I tried not to think about anything while I made my way quickly back to the tower.
Give it back! Let go!
I said shut up, you damn brat!
Ugh!
Pull, pull! Animal? What? What's happening?
Shut the hell up! Is that dirty rabbit that important to you?
A loud noise startled me out of the silence of the night. It was the sound of a fight breaking out. It was rare for people to be out here at this hour. Was that the voice of a child? I think I've heard it somewhere before. Oh, was it that jerk we were chasing earlier? Yep.
Let go of Rabbit!
Hoodlum? My goodness, look at this boy.
Huh. You steal other people's things, but you don't like it when your stuff gets lifted. I wouldn't take this dirty rabbit even if you gave it to me.
Then...
But it'll feed me for a little while. I'll skin it alive and roast it.
Oh, look at the bunny!
Usagi, is that you?
Puh! Stop! Rabbit isn't food!
This little hoodlum needs to be taught a lesson. I'm sure you'll learn to treat others with respect once your precious little rabbit gets eaten.
Damn you!
What are you doing?
Whoa! What, you want to get in my way?
That depends.
I'm teaching this thieving brat a lesson. You don't get to have a say in this.
Thieving? Oh, you're that kid from earlier this afternoon.
You're that slow dude?
I'm not slow. For a brief moment, I thought about not helping him, but that would be immature. This boy was, without a doubt, the thief that got away from me earlier today. The man, on the other hand, was grabbing what appeared to be the boy's pet rabbit by the ears. Oh no! I could tell what kind of man he was, simply from the way he was holding it. If your purpose is just disciplining a child, that's enough. Why not give it back to him?
Puh! Puh!
You don't get to tell me what to do.
Jeez. This town sure has more hoodlums nowadays.
Go ahead and try to take it back. A weakling like you probably couldn't do much anyway.
Oh my god, guys. I'm so sorry. I just happened to look up at, the kid. How did I not... Have I just not been able to see it until now? He's got 2 moles. Oh my god, he's got 2 moles, guys! This isn't the Master and Usagi, like... Not... maybe reincarnated, but I don't... It's a little suspicious, is all I'm gonna say. What do you guys think? He's got 2 moles, though, for sure. Then don't mind if I do. I slowly reach for the sword on my hip. Ooh, go girl! It wasn't something to be used carelessly, but surely it would be fine against someone like him.
You wanna fight? You got some guts!
Ooh! The man reached for his weapon, and I tapped him on the forehead with the sword still in its sheath. Whoops.
Ah!
If it were drawn, you would be dead.
Damn you!
If you wish to continue, I can draw my sword this time.
Damn you! You won't live to regret this!
The man flung the rabbit into the air before running away. Somebody catch it! Catch it! The boy jumped to catch it and ran into a tree. Ow! I'm fine. It doesn't hurt at all. Did you steal from that man? If so, you deserved it. It's his fault for being open to being stolen from. You don't get to say that. If it weren't for me, that rabbit would have been killed. I wouldn't have let him! He tried his best to look tough with the rabbit in his arms. Though his personality might be twisted, he did seem to act his age. Nevertheless, he was still a thief. I couldn't just let him go. For starters, come with me. My home's closer to here than the town. Why do I have to listen to you? You don't get to complain right now. I pointed the tip of my sword close to his face. Though it seemed immature of me, a slight threat would teach him a lesson. Stop! You think it's okay to point that thing at people? I'll stop if you do as I say. Why are you this strong? You were so slow earlier today. Like I said, I'm not slow. And my knowledge of the sword is just one of my skills. I trained with Levon and Levi ever since we were kids. Not to sound conceited, but I knew I was at least above average. Oh yeah, what's your name? Aren't you supposed to introduce yourself first before asking others? Yep, I knew I got Alice vibes from you for a reason. You cheeky little... I hid that thought behind a calm, mature expression. You're right about that. I'm Jed. Now it's your turn. Elric. Elric. Okay. Alright, Elric. Let's go. What are you gonna do to me? I'll keep you at my place for tonight. And in the morning. Let's see. I guess I could drop you off at the church. The church? Why? I didn't really have a particular reason. I didn't want to turn him into the authorities since he was only a child. I thought that the church would do the most appropriate thing. What's wrong with the church? Nothing, but... Well, we'll do that in the morning. Come on, hurry. We need to get going before the fog thickens. I got my eye on you, Elric. Welcome to my home. It's unnecessarily big, so you're welcome to sleep wherever you want. Whoa. Paw. Elric and Rabbit looked around curiously at the tower. Both of them turned their heads in the exact same way, so it looked like they were family. They had the same bow, too. That's so cute. Like a parent and a child? No, more like siblings. Squinting intensifies. You live here all by yourself? No, the Overlord is here too. Speaking of which, he's not here today. Overlord? Yeah. My master is a phantom that lives in this tower. Huh? Ghosts don't exist. That's stupid. I thought he'd get at least a little scared, but he wasn't childish in that regard, though it seemed to have an effect on the rabbit.
But thanks. For helping me.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, we need to get to sleep. I'll take you to the church first thing in the morning. He made an obviously unhappy face when I mentioned the church. I could ask about it tomorrow. Perhaps Elric and the rabbit were still restless. They kept going in and out of the tower. Now's my chance. While they were outside, I quietly went into my own room. But it was only a section of the living room that was divided by a curtain. That's where we live? Wait. Our bedroom's in the living room? I figured I should keep watch over him, but after what happened, I doubted he would go out into the forest again at night. In either case, I really wanted to change my clothes immediately. This really hurts. I'm about to vomit. From all that food. I made it so that a sound would go off when the curtain is opened, but I should be extra careful. I closed the curtain tightly before loosening my collar and buttons. Usually, that little fright would be nothing to me, but the circumstances were different today. Not fright. Fight, my goodness. Work with me, mouth. It had been a long time since I had a proper meal, not to mention 3 plates of Francisca's special cake. These clothes are tight to begin with, and I had to bind these. I took off my clothes and reached for my pajamas.
Uh-huh. So you weren't actually a slow dude, but a slow girl.
Are you peeking? Huh? I turned around to see Elric there. Damn. For someone who... I wish I looked like that when I was bloated on food. How do you even do that, girl? Where did it go? Also, what is happening with your rabbit? The rabbit is so cute. Anyway. Well. What? How? He opened the door without me noticing?
It's easy for me to sneak around without making a sound.
Puh! For some reason, the rabbit was holding its head up proudly. Why was it so boastful? No, that wasn't the main problem here. This is... He saw. And he found out that I'm a woman. Only Francisca and Ashen Hawk knew my... And Ashen Hawk knew my secret? Wait, so he was just toying with me earlier? Damn, he got me. He got me. Alright. And now this boy I just met.
You're so careless. You need to get better at that. I don't mind, personally, but aren't you embarrassed about being in your undies?
I quickly pulled the sheets from my bed to wrap around my body. Don't... I mean, please, don't tell anyone about this!
Did you just try to order me around?
You're just hearing things!
Uh-huh. So you'll be in trouble if I tell.
I will! I really will!
Uh-huh. That much, huh?
He gave an evil grin. Oh no, I panicked and gave him information I shouldn't have. For a kid, he had such an evil smile. Well, at least he has eyes.
What should I do? I don't mind keeping quiet, but...
You want to blackmail me?
You just threatened me earlier. And why are you dressed like a man?
I can't tell you.
You sure? If you don't tell me why you dress like that, I might... tell everyone, you know.
I'd rather you do that than me explaining to you why I dress like this.
Don't go and get so serious all of a sudden. I'm kidding. I won't tell anyone.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Thank you.
It's nothing to thank me about. Come on, let's go.
Puh! Elric left my room along with Rabbit. I wondered if he really wouldn't tell anyone. I looked down at my chest. Though conservative in size, it was pretty obvious. Having these doesn't help me at all. I let my guard down. Why did I change when a stranger was so close? 'Cause you were gonna puke. If people found out I was a woman, they would be suspicious about why I lied about my gender. Well, yeah. It'd be nice if you explained. If that happened, it would cause trouble to the people that I was close to. It wasn't the red eye that was considered taboo. The fact that I was a woman was the biggest problem. Oh?
Are you going?
Yeah. Thanks for everything.
It's not your fault. You don't have to run out like this.
There's no point in arguing about it. It's a fact that my eye is red. It'll be too late if I find out that I'm a witch.
But you're no witch. It's only your right eye that turns red.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have no powers.
Okay. Jed.
I'm sorry.
It's just a saying. The woman with red eyes is the mark of the witch, the one who will bring forth destruction. It's all a lie.
Okay, so red eyes plural. Yeah.
I'm sorry. If only I had more power, I would be able to protect you.
Francisca, you've been plenty kind to me. But I can live on my own now. I don't think I can pretend to be a boy forever.
Do you have a place to go?
There are plenty of places to go outside of town. I'm sure I can find some place.
I see.
Don't be sad about it. It's not like we'll never see each other again. We live in the same town.
Will you come back if you're ever in trouble?
Yes.
Don't be shy. Do you understand?
I know. Well, I'll see you later, Francisca. It's been 4 years since then. I felt my eye burning through my eyelid. I imagined a scene I'd seen before, but I couldn't remember the details. It could all have been just a dream. If people found out that I was a witch, all that would become a reality. It's better that I leave town before this happens. For Francisca and her family's sake, too. I'd been having those thoughts recently, but I couldn't seem to make up my mind. I was born and raised in this town, so it pained me to leave the people who have treated me kindly. That was why I was still here. What should I do about Elric? It was a huge mistake that he found out I was a woman, and it would mean a lot of trouble if he spread that information around. He said he wouldn't tell anyone, but I didn't know if I could trust him. Maybe it's about time to call it quits. I mumbled my thoughts aloud. I'll talk to Elric again tomorrow. I was panicking earlier, but I'm calmer now. I need to stop thinking. Too many things happened and it tired me out. Speaking of which, I don't hear anything. What are Elric and the rabbit doing? Sleeping? I looked around the living room and saw the two of them lying on the sofa together. When you look at him like this, he's cute and all. Oh, he has 2 moles under his eye. Yeah. Yep, I was dumb and didn't notice until just a little bit ago. Jeez. He looks so defenseless right now. No, I was the defenseless one that got caught off guard. When I remembered that, I started to loathe myself again. No, I shouldn't. I should just fall asleep and clear my head. No nightmares today. I returned to my bed and closed my eyes. I'll leave what I can do tomorrow for tomorrow. Yeah,